My name is Sheri. I'm a mom of 3. I'm a grandmother of 5, and I'm also an ovarian cancer survivor. Life before diagnosis of ovarian cancer was busy. I was traveling a lot with the work that I was doing at the time. I was a school social worker for most of my career, so I worked in schools and education. As a social worker, my job with kids and families was to find the positives in people's lives and help build on those, build on the strengths that they already had, and not to focus on the deficits. And so I feel like with my diagnosis, in the beginning that was really hard to do, to look for strengths. Now, having hindsight, that really, I think, helped me in my journey to focus on good things. In October of 2019, I needed a refill on a prescription, and I went to see my general practitioner doctor. And I also was having some weird symptoms of sort of not really pain, but discomfort when my bowel or bladder were full. I probably wouldn't have gone to the doctor had I not needed that prescription refilled, and had I not had that other sort of weird thing that had been happening for several months. And so I talked to her about that, and she wrote a CT scan. After I had the CT scan, the doctor referred me to a gynecological surgeon, and she ordered a CA-125, the ovarian cancer tumor marker blood test, and a vaginal ultrasound. When I was laying on the table and they were doing the vaginal ultrasound, I just saw that screen and I kind of looked to the side because that's where it was. And it was all kinds of colors all over that big screen. I was alone, obviously, and just started to have this fear, like, this is not okay. Something is wrong here. And I remember I remember tears falling down my face as I was looking at that screen, just thinking, what does this mean and what's going to happen? In January of 2020, I had surgery, and my doctor was able to remove everything that she could tell that had cancer. And then I went home for recovery, and then I saw her again in February of 2020 to get the pathology report or results. And they indicated that I had stage 3C ovarian cancer, carcinosarcoma, and the words that ring in my head are, she said, rare and aggressive. When we met with my doctor to get the results of the pathology reports and a plan for treatment, it was myself, my husband, and my 2 daughters, and my youngest was pregnant at the time. And it was really hard to hear those words. And it was just a very scary time for all of us, and I truly didn't think I would still be around to see my grandson be born because of, the news that we had gotten. I remember those times. I had a notebook that I took with me every time I went to the doctor. In the beginning, when we got first, the news that I was going to have surgery, my daughter took notes because we were all just absorbing it. But then that notebook went with me every time. But you kind of don't know what you don't know, so you don't know what to ask. After surgery, my oncologist recommended chemotherapy and then genetic testing. I started chemo in February also, and I did 6 rounds every 3 weeks. I responded well to chemotherapy. I really didn't have very many problems, and the side effects that I did have were manageable. And everybody responds differently. So the genetic testing took place sometime in the time when I was going to chemo for those 5 months. And it revealed that I had the BRCA gene in my tumor, but not in my body. When I met with my doctor, she said that my chances of reoccurrence were high, 85 to 90%. So she recommended a maintenance medication after I finished my 6 rounds of chemotherapy. So for me, that was really peace of mind, just a lot of relief to know that there was still something I could do. Because the idea of just, okay, chemo, done, let's just wait and see when it comes back, was terrifying. I saw my doctor during that time. I want to say every month for a while, and then it backed off to, every couple months and then every 6 months. I had some side effects early on, and it's been 3 years since I've completed maintenance therapy. I think when I was first diagnosed, your brain kind of shuts down. You're just driven by fear. I remember at that time I would call anybody I knew that had had cancer and try to talk to them about what was chemo like, or what was this, how was this? Because my cancer is so rare and aggressive, not my cancer, the cancer I used to have is so rare and aggressive, I couldn't find anybody that had had a similar diagnosis. So my daughters actually were able to find some groups that I could connect with, through social media. Hearing those stories that I did in those groups, it shifted my focus from that just immobilizing fear to ovarian cancer is something that can be treated and managed. It really goes back to me for a lot of the things that I did in my career of supporting each other, being connected to community and having the resources to be able to figure out what my next steps are and how do I move forward with this. In my life, I've had multiple opportunities to be able to talk with other women who are just being diagnosed or who are just curious. And I'm first to say, get to, a gynecological oncologist, go get tested, get it figured out. My life currently is very active. My husband and I spend as much time as we can with our grandchildren. I love to sit in my sunroom and read. I love to be with my friends and my family, focus on the positive, on the good things and all the blessings that have come out of this crazy journey for me. A big lesson for me is I'm learning how to live with ovarian cancer without letting it define who I am. If I can help one person feel less afraid when you first hear those words that you have ovarian cancer, then that's what I'm here for. That's what matters. You can explore tools and resources for the ovarian cancer community at ourwayforward.com.